Okay, so Emma has very kindly arranged a tall, average and petite array of microphones. Could candidates please self-define their height and choose the most appropriate microphone to optimise sound quality? Yeah, you can invite them. Okay. Can we have the candidates for trustee up for now? That's like Imi Agboaye. That's Emma Hyde. You what? Down a bit.
They are all the same height.
They're not the same height! These are not the same height!
Concourse believes they are indeed the same height.
I've never had any of your waistcoat. Yeah? Yeah? That'll do. Okay, can we have, so we've got Kirsty, Fran, Chris and Imi, and can we have Kirsty speak first, please?
Good evening. As you might have gathered, I'm Kirsty Prankard, and I'd like to be one of your 3 elected student trustees. There's 3 things that I thought you'd like to know about me and my suitability for this role. Firstly, I love Keele. I'm a very proud Keele student. I love the fact that when my friends visit, they're impressed with the community environment and how engaging our student union is. If I were to be elected, I would take great pride in being part of this community and to help make continuous improvements and create the SU, an SU that Keele students can really feel involved in. Secondly, I've always truly believed in the student voice. It is the most important voice. Apart from squirrels, students are the biggest population at Keele. This should be reflected in everything we do. I really want to ensure that the student voice is not just heard, but is acknowledged, thoroughly listened to. This is the only way in which we will continue to see improvements within Keele. Finally, I'm a little bit of a swot. I'm very organised. It's a running joke between my family and friends. If there is anything that I don't fully understand, I'll research the subject, or I'll go to the right people and ask the right questions. If you were to elect me as your student trustee, I would ensure that I understand all topics and issues that are raised throughout the SU and the meetings I shall attend. That way I can thoroughly represent you to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Okay, can we have Fran next, please?
Right, I'm Francesca, I'm 21 from Warrington, and I'm a first year nursing student, but I am a second year medical student, very confusing. I did a health foundation year last year. I had the most fantastic year. I absolutely love Keele. I love the friends I've met, I love the people I've met with the staff. It's the most incredible place to be, and I love being part of the Keele bubble. The Students' Union is the heart of our university. We're so lucky to have it. In my role as student trustee, I would have to use my skills that I've learned being a student ambassador and a star, where I have to speak out for other people, support people, discuss things that I think are really good and really want to support, and also bring up any points that I think need looking at. I'm very critical, but I'm also hardworking, kind, happy. I look for the best in everything I can, but I'll also strive to get the best from everything. In my role as student trustee, I will have to make sure the SABs do what they say they're going to do. Make sure they're doing the best for us, and make sure they're doing the best for the university as a whole. I also need to make sure that the financial stability of the union is at the best it can be, and make sure that anything that I feel might be a bit questionable is questioned. And then finally, make sure that our voice, which is the most important, is the heart of our students' union, because it is a students' union. Thank you.
Okay, can we have Chris next? But can we get right up to the microphone? Get right in there.
You don't want me to French it, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. That one? Down? This one? Right.
Hold the microphone.
Feel like I might eat it. Okay, here we go. So, I'm running for student trustee. My name's Chris, as you've all probably been told about 20 million times. It's ridiculous. So, what am I running for? Well, student trustee is there to look after your union, make the financial decisions for you. I'm there to hold your representatives to account. I want my own ideas to be put forward as well, but my main role is there for you. So, voting for me is a vote for you. But what do I want? Well, my first aim is to get this middle floor renovated, okay? So you come in, you walk into the bar, and you come onto this middle floor. What do you see? You see a tacky old building. It just doesn't look good, does it? So let's get this sorted. Let's get the bars redone. Let's get this hot ballroom. I mean, you've been on a night out. You've been on it's like, oh, it's fucking so sweaty. Cool. So let's get it sorted. Let's get some ventilation or air conditioning in here, okay? So what's my second idea? Well, thought to myself, I'm a big sports person. I run for the university across country. I play tennis for the university. And what is my main thing? It's the sports facilities. We're underfunded. We don't have the facilities that we need, and we've just hit a limit on what we can do. I mean, we've won stats, beat stats in varsity 4 years in a row now, but we still haven't had any extra funding in sport. I think that needs to change. We need to move forward in sport. Finally, what's my last idea? I want to push for more clarity from our elected full-time roles. So I came here, I had no idea we even had a president, let alone people who are elected to represent us and do things that we want. So I want to get a weekly communication out to everybody that's talking about what they're doing for us. Are they out at a big conference with all the presidents? Well, can we hear about it? Can we not just sort of, well, nothing. There's absolutely no communication about what they're doing. So just think about it. A vote for me, it's a vote for you. Let's get more transparency and more funding where it's needed.
Thank you very much. Okay, Imi?
Hello everyone. So firstly I'd like to tell you that I've just finished writing my speech now. I was going to do it without any notes, but I want to be clear for you guys. I'm Imi, I'm 18, I'm a first year student studying law and politics. I'm from Birmingham, yep. And to be fair, I don't want to use the speech to talk about me. I'd like to use the speech to talk about the student trustee that I would like to be. We've got different sorts of roles in the student council. We've got our women's rep, we've got our men's rep, we've got our LGBT rep. Women's rep represents women. Men's rep represents men. The LGBT rep represents those who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. But a student trustee should directly represent students. I feel that the role is about accountability. Of course it is. It's about representation. Of course it is. It's about transparency. Of course it is. But most importantly, I feel it's about trust. A trust that is built through scrutinizing, a trust that is built through understanding, and a trust that is built through questioning the people who claim to represent you. I want people to ask me what I've been doing to hold the sabbatical officers to account. I want people to come up to me and ask me that. I want people to hold me to account. so that I can hold them to account. I feel that's what the role is. For too long, the role has been in the shadows. People are always asking what a student trustee is. That shouldn't
10
happen.
seconds.
So, yes, I want people to be at the driving point of student politics. I believe that participation is the power. Thank you very much.
And Eileen Kealey has sent her apologies. She can't be here tonight, but she's also running for trustee. And we now have 4 questions for the candidates.
Hello? There we go. Concourse has one question, and it's to all of the candidates. The role of the student trustee is unknown to many students and is poorly defined. What do you understand the role of a student trustee to be?
Right. To be honest, I know that student trustee is not well known around here. Basically, it's someone who sits on the student council and we make sure that their senior staff and the staffs are doing their job properly. We act as the student voice in all the critical decisions, so we make sure that the students will be happy with what they are implementing. We also make sure that financially they are stable, so we have to ask questions if we think something's being put in place that we don't think is good for us. And basically, we sit there and amongst all management and all the people that have been put into power, we act as you. So we are the minority, but we act as the student voice and we represent everyone on campus. Thank you.
Kirsty, would you like to answer next?
Seriously, I feel a bit static. I like to walk around. I could do anything. So, student trustee, no one really knows what it is, no one really knows what we do. So we're here, we're holding people to account that run this union. We're holding your elected presidents, we're also holding the management of the SU to account. We say we want money to be spent on this, not this. You're spending that money wrong, or we'll let them get something through. So if we think they want to redo this ballroom, for instance, and we agree with that, we're going to vote that through because we think that's in your best interest. This job is about you. It's not about what management want. It's not about what the president wants. It's about you. So you should come up. You should tell us. Oh, I don't like the bar. I don't like Blueprint, for instance. It's too bright. I'll look and try and get you new bulbs. I want dimmer bulbs. I'll vote it through. Well, I'll try it. So it doesn't matter what it is. It can be as ridiculous as anything. You can talk to us if we agree. We'll try and get that voted through for you. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Although student trustees don't have to sit on the student council, I believe it doesn't mean that student trustees can't represent students directly in a high quality way. From talking to Holly, who's the student trustee, one of the student trustees this year, I've been able to sort of deduct and understand a student trustee as using their key position to open the door to progress. I feel that a student trustee is there to keep the sabbatical officers accountable, to keep them transparent, and to make sure that students themselves understand what's going on in their SU. So it's all right being there, being on board meetings, understanding for yourself what the SABs are doing, but it's useless if a student trustee can't adequately, or even more than adequately, can't effectively and efficiently relay that information back to the student body. I think that's the most important part. Thank you.
Kirsty, would you like to go next?
So when I heard of the student trustee role, I was a little confused myself. I read up on it. I spoke to Vic and Dan, our SARB officers, and the most direct and basic way I can explain it is we are students and you have elected us because you trust us to sit on the meetings and say the right things, ask the right questions. And when I say the right questions, if we're sitting in on this meeting and all these technical words and jargon is being used, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to ask them to put it in layman's terms so I fully understand what's going on. I think this is really important, not only for myself, but for the students. So I hope that clears it up a little bit. And if anyone else has any questions a bit later on, I'm sure I'll be around. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's working. All right. There are 4 questions from the floor. 2 are general questions. The first 2, however, are both for Chris. So the first question for Chris. You say that you want to ensure there is a renovation of the middle floor, but this has already been confirmed, as well as preliminary plans drawn up. Have you discussed this with the current officers yet?
Right, interesting question. The idea came about from talking to friends of mine, people I know, everybody was saying the same thing. It's all old, it's all packaged. So I went and talked to Vicky, who is our current president. She said what's been conducted is called a feasibility study. So the university came round, sent their planners round, had a look around, and they said, yes, it needs redoing. We're going to give you X amount of money. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say how much. So the idea was already in the pipeline. It was ideally my own idea that I wanted to bring forward, but it has been confirmed by the university as well. So I think that just shows that I am barking up the right tree, I go along the right lines, and I do listen to everybody that I know. I'm happy for anyone to come and talk to me, come up with ideas. Just generally, that's what I'm there for.
Okay, second question from the floor for Chris. You said you want weekly communication from the Students' Union. There's currently the union update. What's wrong with union update?
So you've got the union update, it's coming up to you every week. You sit there, you click on the email, it's got your basic sections, but it has actually no information on it. So you have to make a physical effort to go and click on a section. And one of the main things I think is missing as a section entirely is a response from one of your elected officers, whether it be your VP of Welfare, your President, any of them, just saying, look, this is what we've been doing today. It doesn't have to be in depth and detail, saying, oh, we went down to London today, we met blah and blah and here and there. It's just saying, look, we went to this conference, we're representing your views, this is what it was about, and this is what we got over to people for you.
There are 2 questions for all candidates. First question for all candidates. Student trustees are not usually heard by students. How can we trust you to voice our opinions for us?
Quick thing on the microphones. Can we roughly aim for Chris's volume? That's bang on currently. So let's aim for that. So not it's normal speaking, but right up close with the microphones. There we go. Amy, would you like to answer that first?
Yeah, I mentioned this slightly. Alright, so I'm a very avid user of the website Tumblr, if any of you have heard of it. And what I like about Tumblr is its Ask feature. So I'm looking to set up a page for student trustees that will have people's questions, students' questions. They wouldn't be, well, they can be anonymous, but they'd have to involve their email in the question. And they would send me a question directly, and so all those questions will be about student trustee roles, and they will be published so other people can see those questions and see those answers. That's how I primarily relay everything back to the student body. Yeah, that's it.
So in terms of trusting us and making sure your voice is heard, and if you do want to check up on me, I welcome you to. I'm a very approachable person. I'll chat for hours to anybody if you come and just say hi, and I'll probably take over, knowing me. But I'm also looking into potentially this idea of not just going to meetings and having your say, but taking notes and thorough notes at meetings and knowing what's going on, and then condensing them into a published piece, whether this is a Facebook and social networking aspect or a bit more open in terms of blogging. So, yeah.
Fran, would you like to go next?
A little bit. Hello? Yeah, okay. With me, I'm a nurse, so I advocate for people on a daily basis. I'm trustworthy, I will do the best by everyone, not just by what I think's best for me. And then also with social networking, it's a brilliant way to get in touch with everyone. You've seen the campaigns, most of you probably know them from Facebook, Twitter. It's a great way to get in touch with us. And also, whilst I'm around on campus, I'm quite happy to chat to you all. I'm quite approachable, I love a good natter. So whenever you have any questions or have any suggestions, I'll be quite happy to take them on board. Thank you.
Can I just ask for the question to be repeated, please?
It wasn't my question, so we have to find it again.
Or the other question?
Student trustees are not usually heard by students. How can we trust you to voice our opinions for us? What makes you the best person for this role?
Okay, so you've heard from the other candidates who can set up Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook. But in all honesty, who uses them all day? I mean, I don't have a Tumblr. I use Twitter once in a blue moon, and I know quite a few people that don't actually have Facebook. So surely an email that everybody at Keel has been set up one, your V6, VA, W1, whatever your account number is. I would personally see to it that you get an email once a month coming off me saying, this is what we've been doing, it's for you. This is what we've been saying, we've blocked this, we've allowed that. You want this happening? Just send us feedback, it's brilliant. I really want to hear from everybody. I feel I'm approachable. To be honest, if I'm out of the SU, there's something wrong, because I live here. The fact that I work behind the bar means I'm always around, so if you're on a night out, you have an idea, come to you, just literally seek me out, honestly. Really don't mind, I get told off for chatting too much. So, anyway, that's it really.
No more questions for student trustees.
All right, thanks guys, you are free to go. This brings us to the conclusion of the student council and student trustee section of the night. We'll be very, very shortly moving on to the full-time officer positions. Can I just confirm with our deputy returning officer that we can have a very short comfort break? You are? Good. Thank you very much. We will be back here in 5 minutes. Be prompt, be quick. We've got lots to get through.